This podcast is brought to you by The Senior Techie, a source of information for seniors and others about technology. Hello and welcome. Today we are stripping back the layers on a topic that historically has been more of a headache than a help: home security.
It really has been. You think about home security, say, 10 or 15 years ago, and it was all about anxiety.
Oh yeah, those complicated wall panels.
Exactly. The ones that look like something out of a spaceship. And you had these expensive contracts and loud sirens that, they usually just ended up annoying the neighbors because you burned the toast.
Right. It was a totally reactive industry. Something
Yeah.
bad had to happen for the system to even do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at the research the Senior Techie has pulled together for 2026, it seems like the whole paradigm has completely flipped.
It really has.
It's not about scaring people away with noise anymore. It's about remote management. It's about being in your kitchen in Florida and knowing exactly what's happening at your front door back in Michigan.
That's it, exactly. The shift is from dumb systems, which are really just noisemakers, to smart systems, which are basically information dashboards in your pocket.
And the mission for this conversation is pretty specific, right? We aren't just going to list a bunch of gadgets.
Yeah.
According to the Senior Techie, we really need to explain how this tech moves you from a state of, passive worry to active control.
That's the psychological shift.
It's the difference between wondering, did I lock the door
Yeah.
while you're sitting in traffic, and actually pulling out your phone to check and then lock it.
Moving from anxiety to action. That's the whole point.
So let's get into the nuts and bolts. The buzzword here is smart. My toaster says it's smart. My toothbrush says it's smart. When the Senior Techie talks about a smart security system, what are we actually talking about?
It is so much simpler than the marketing makes it sound. A smart system it's really just a bridge.
A bridge.
Yeah. It connects the sensors in your home, your doors, windows, cameras, to your home's internet connection. And that, in turn, connects to a secure server.
Which turns my smartphone or my tablet into a command center.
Precisely. Your phone isn't just a remote control anymore. It's a live monitor. And the key takeaway here is immediacy.
Right. In the old days, if an alarm went off, you might get a phone call from a call center.
Asking for a password, yeah. Or you might not know at all until you got home. Now your phone buzzes the second a sensor trips. You see it in real time.
Okay, but let's talk about the user experience. I look at some of these apps, and they look like the cockpit of a 747. Is this really manageable for someone who doesn't want to minor in computer science?
That's a valid fear. But the Senior Techie emphasizes that the interface, the UI, has improved so drastically by 2026.
How so?
Take an app like ADT Plus or the SimpliSafe one. They've gotten rid of the technical jargon. Instead of seeing, Zone 4 breached, it just says backdoor opened.
That is a crucial distinction, just plain English.
And there's a feature the Senior Techie highlights that I think is the real game changer: the timeline.
The timeline, how does that work?
It basically treats your home's activity like a social media feed. You can scroll back through the day. 8:00 a.m., front door locked. 10:1 fam a.m., motion at back porch.
Oh, I see. 12:0 p.m. dog walker entered.
Exactly. It creates a narrative. You aren't just looking for emergencies. You're seeing the rhythm of your daily life.
I like that framing. It kind of normalizes the tech. It's not just for crises. It's for checking the pulse of the house.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk hardware, specifically the eyes of the operation: video doorbells and cameras. The Senior Techie calls this the biggest leap forward for seniors specifically. Why is that?
It really comes down to mobility and screening.
Yeah.
Video doorbell is probably the single most practical piece of smart home tech invented in the last decade.
Because it solves that physical problem of getting up to answer the door.
Yes, that. And the safety issue of opening the door to a complete stranger. You get a notification, you see the video, and you can use two-way talk.
So you can speak to them through your phone.
From anywhere. You could be in the backyard gardening or 3 states away visiting the grandkids. It doesn't matter. That remote presence is so powerful.
So I could tell a delivery driver, hey, just hide that behind the planter, and I never has to reveal that the house is empty.
Exactly. And the tech's gotten proactive now. The Senior Techie notes that newer models use AI to detect a person approaching before they even press the button.
What does it do then?
It can trigger the porch light to turn on. It's just this subtle, I see you message to anyone walking up.
Let's dig into that AI bit, because artificial intelligence gets thrown around a lot. For cameras inside or outside the house, what is the AI actually doing?
Well, it's not just recording everything that moves anymore. That's the big improvement. Old cameras used what's called pixel change technology.
So if a tree branch moved in the wind,
The pixels changed and you got an alert. You'd get 50 alerts a day. You'd just stop checking.
a boy who cried wolf problem.
Exactly. The senior techie points out that modern cameras use AI distinction. The software analyzes the shape and movement. It knows a cat is a cat, a car is a car, and a person is a person.
So I can tell my system, only bother me if you see a human.
Yes. You can filter out all that noise. And the senior techie mentions this for indoor cameras, too. You can set them to alert you if they hear a smoke alarm going off, for instance.
That seems useful for just checking in. The report mentions using them not just for security, but for anxiety relief, like the classic, did I leave the stove on?
Oh, absolutely. Pulling up a live feed of your kitchen can save you a U-turn on the highway.
Or checking on pets. I know plenty of people who would pay good money just to see what their cat does all day.
Right. But there is a deterrence factor, too. Some of these outdoor cameras have active defense. If they spot someone loitering by your car at 2 a.m., they don't just record.
They do something.
They can flash a spotlight and play a sound, like a digital guard dog. It's moving from just documenting a crime to actively preventing one.
Okay, let's move to the physical barriers. Smart locks. I'll be honest, I struggle with this one. I trust a deadbolt. I trust a physical key. Putting a computer chip in my front door feels risky.
It's a really common hesitation, but think about the physical key for a second. If you lose it, or if you hide it under the mat.
Which everyone knows to check.
Right. That is a massive security flaw. A smart lock actually tightens that up. The main benefit is just knowing the status. You check your phone. Is the door locked? If not, you tap a button. Done.
Okay, the convenience is clear. But what about access for other people? This seems like a major selling point for seniors who might have caregivers or housekeepers.
This is where temporary access comes in. The senior techie highlights this as a top feature. Instead of handing out physical keys that can be copied, you just assign digital codes.
So my dog walker gets their own code.
Yes, but not just any code, a restricted code. You can set it so their code only works between, say, noon and 2 p.m. on weekdays. If they try it at midnight, it just won't work.
And I'm guessing there's a record of all this?
A full audit trail. You get a log in the app. Dog walker entered at 12:05. Dog walker left at 12:30. It provides an accountability that a physical key just can't.
What about the encryption? Can't someone just hack the lock?
I mean, theoretically, anything is hackable, but the senior techie notes these use strong encryption, similar to what banks use. The reality is, someone is much, much more likely to just kick your door in than to sit in a van trying to hack your smart lock.
Fair point. Now, we've got cameras and locks, but what about the little sensors, motion sensors, window sensors? They feel a bit old school next to AI cameras. Are they still relevant?
Oh, absolutely. They are the nervous system of the house, the behind-the-scenes workers. You need them for what the senior techie calls synergy.
Synergy. Okay, that sounds a little like corporate speak. What does it actually look like in a house?
It means the devices talk to each other. So if a window sensor is tripped at 3 a.m., it doesn't just sound the siren. What else happens? That synergy means it also triggers the living room lights to turn on to full brightness, and it tells the indoor camera to start recording immediately.
Ah, so it coordinates a response. One trigger, multiple actions.
A cascade of defensive actions. Exactly.
This leads us right into automation, integration. The report mentions that for seniors, voice control is a huge accessibility tool.
It is. If you have mobility issues, or even just arthritis, fiddling with a tiny keypad is hard. Being able to just say, hey, Google, arm the security system, removes that physical friction.
Or Alexa, show me the front door camera on the TV.
Right. You just talk to your house.
Now, there's a technical term I wanted to find because it pops up on the packaging a lot. Z-Wave.
Oh.
It sounds like a sci-fi villain. What is it?
Think of Z-Wave as a universal translator for smart home devices. It's a low-energy wireless language.
Okay, but why should I care?
Because it lets you mix and match brands. If you buy a Z-Wave light switch from GE, it can talk to your Abode security hub. You aren't locked into buying everything from one company.
That's good for the budget. Let's talk about automations or routines. This is the if this, then that logic. Give me a concrete example of how a senior would actually use this.
Okay, here's a great one from the senior techie, a good night routine. When you say good night, your system automatically locks the front door, arms the perimeter sensors, adjusts the thermostat, and shuts off all the lights.
One command, 4 actions. No going downstairs 3 times to check if you locked the door.
None of that. Or a safety automation. If the smoke detector goes off, unlock the front door, and turn on all the lights.
Wow. So firefighters don't have to break down the door, and you can see your way out.
It's genuinely smart. It can be life-saving. And it all relies on setting up modes, usually home mode and away mode.
Explain the difference.
Away mode activates everything, motion sensors inside, all the cameras, all the door sensors. It assumes the house is empty. Home mode creates a secure shell.
A shell.
It arms the doors and windows, but turns off the motion sensors inside, so you can get up for a glass of water at night without setting off the siren.
Got it. Okay, the big question. Who is watching all of this? We have two main paths: professional monitoring and self-monitoring.
This is the biggest financial decision you'll make. Professional monitoring is the sleep soundly option. You pay a monthly fee. The senior techie says usually between $15 and $60, and a center watches your system 24/7.
So if the alarm trips and I'm on a plane, they handle it.
Yes. They call you first. If you don't pick up, they call the police or fire department. It removes the burden from you.
And self-monitoring is the DIY route.
Correct. You get the alert on your phone, but, and this is a big but, you're responsible. If you're in a movie theater with your phone on silent and someone breaks in, well, nothing happens until you see that notification.
That feels like a lot of pressure.
It can be. The senior techie suggests professional monitoring is generally better for seniors who travel a lot or aren't glued to their screens.
But there's a new hybrid option.
Yes, a fascinating one from SimpliSafe called Active Guard.
Is this that voice of God feature I've heard about?
Essentially, yes. AI flags a potential intruder, but then a live human agent takes over. They can look through your camera and speak directly to the burglar.
What do they say?
Something like, "This is security. The police have been dispatched. Leave immediately." It has a very high success rate in stopping break-ins before anything is even stolen.
Wow. Okay, let's talk brands. The marketplace is flooded. The senior techie has broken down the big players. Who are we looking at?
Okay, if you're looking for easy DIY, maybe you're renting, it's going to be SimpliSafe. You stick the sensors up with adhesive strips, no drilling, very easy.
That's good for anyone who doesn't want to mess with power tools.
For sure. Then for the person who wants the high-end set it and forget it experience, that would be Vivint.
And what's their specialty?
Very slick AI, a nice touchscreen hub, but you'll need professional installation and a contract. Their doorbell is a standout, though it's excellent at telling a package from a person.
What about the old guard?
ADT.
ADT is the heavyweight. The senior techie says they have successfully modernized with their ADT Plus app and Google integration. If you want that established name and pro monitoring is a must, that's your choice.
And for the tech ecosystem people, the Amazon versus Apple families.
If you're an Amazon household, you use Alexa for everything. Ring is the natural choice. But if you are an Apple loyalist, iPhone, iPad, all of it, the senior techie points to Abode.
That's a big deal.
It is. It's one of the few that plays nice with Apple HomeKit.
We have to address the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Privacy. We are putting cameras and microphones in our homes. How do we not get hacked?
The senior techie takes a very pragmatic view here. It starts with what they call cyber hygiene. First, unique passwords. Please, do not use the same password for your security system that you use for everything else.
And two-factor authentication.
Non-negotiable. Turn it on. It means even if someone guesses your password, they still need a code from your phone to get in. But here's the pro tip from the report about your Wi-Fi network. Most modern routers let you create a guest network. The senior techie strongly suggests putting all your smart home devices, cameras, locks, everything on that guest network.
Why is that better?
It segregates them. So if a hacker somehow gets into your smart light bulb, they can't jump from there to your laptop where you do your banking. It builds a digital wall inside your home.
That is fantastic, actionable advice. Separate the gadgets from the data.
And yeah, physical privacy. Be mindful. Don't point your outdoor cameras directly into your neighbor's bedroom window.
Good advice. Now, for the listener who is hearing all this Z-Wave, guest networks, and feeling overwhelmed, what is the entry point?
Start small. The senior techie advises against trying to build Fort Knox in a weekend. You do not need the $2,000 kit right away.
So just a toe in the water.
Exactly. Start with a video doorbell, just that one device. See how you like the app. See if the notifications comfort you or annoy you.
And these systems are modular, right? I can add things later.
Absolutely. You can add a camera to the backyard 6 months from now, buy a few window sensors next year. The systems are designed to grow with you.
That makes it much less intimidating.
Yeah.
So, stepping back, we've covered the tech, the brands, the privacy. What is the core value proposition here for 2026?
It circles right back to what we said at the start. The product isn't technology. The product is peace of mind.
It's the ability to leave your home and not carry that mental burden of what if with you.
You're offloading the worry to the cloud. And it's an investment that keeps giving because of software updates. The camera you buy today will likely be smarter next year.
I want to end on a thought about the relationship we have with our homes. We often talk about Big Brother when we talk about all this surveillance.
We do. We worry about being watched. But the perspective the Senior Techie offers is actually kind of beautiful. By installing these systems, we aren't inviting Big Brother in to oppress us.
What do we do?
We're inviting little brothers in to help us. We are turning the home from a passive building into an active partner.
A partner that watches your back.
Exactly. It's technology that extends our independence, allowing us to stay safe in our own homes for longer.
That is a perfect place to leave it. A shift from fear to partnership. Thank you so much for guiding us through this landscape.
It is a pleasure.
This podcast was brought to you by The Senior Techie. It's available on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify. If you'd like to keep up with their newsletters, you can subscribe for free by going to theseniortechie.com. Stay safe out there.